Hello, my name is Ben Bolstrom. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Schoolcraft Connection. Today I'm here with DeSean Knight.
Woohoo. That's me.
Why don't you introduce yourself, president of BSU?
I'm so sorry to cut you off my intro. But no, like you said, I appreciate you having me on, man. My name is DeSean Knight. I'm the president of the Black Student Union here at Schoolcraft, and I've been doing this for, upwards of 2 years now? Been here for 2 years in my position.
Awesome. Well, let's just jump right into it. What is your goal with BSU? What do you want to accomplish with it?
So, man, that's like really a two-part question. So I'm going to try to answer the first part, and then we'll answer the second part. First part is what the goal is of BSU when it first started, and I guess like probably what BSU is now. I believe with any organization, the goal should always keep being moved forward. To be completely transparent, the first goal was just straight up create a space for people that look like me to be able to just exist. So that was it. It was supposed to be like that was point blank it. I wanted a place for us because, I mean, let's be as transparent as possible. We're in Livonia, we're in the PWI. It's primarily a white space. And that's not to say that, we don't appreciate equality and being integrated, but sometimes it's easier to operate and be comfortable, especially in such a transitional place, college. This is a even more transitional place, community college, when people, look like you, or you can feel like you can grasp something from them. So that was the goal. Next up, the goal now is to just keep pushing the goalposts, honestly. We've honestly gotten so much support with the events we've done. We just got done with our first Black History Month event this year. It was phenomenal. So the goal is simply to continue to grow, educate the community about Black issues, and also put that help from our organization into community and help people transition here to do better in their lives, whether that be helping them network, helping them just get through their classes day by day, or pushing better narratives and educating them on our culture, Black culture, educating those that don't look like us on Black culture that want to be around. That's the goal. Every single day I try to go in with something a little bit different, but if we had to put a thesis on it, put a blanket on it, the goal is to provide something to the culture for the culture.
Awesome. You mentioned events. What can people expect from those?
Events, camaraderie. At the end of the day, I feel like at the beginning I was always trying to push success or, whatever I thought that image of being a successful club leader looked like. And really it's just, I started to learn what I want to bring to these clubs is camaraderie, or what I want to get out of these events it's camaraderie, just bring people together. And if I can do it under, the veil of, Black camaraderie, speaking on certain events that can bring people together, educating people, getting people in a setting where it's not just one-to-one, you're not just preaching to somebody, but people feel like they're in a group where everyone's interested and the same thing, so.
Besides the camaraderie level of BSU, what can somebody who wants to join expect from you guys?
Because that's, once again, I feel, apologies for the pause, I'm thinking so much because I'm like, what do I want them to take away, or what they're actually taking away? Because I feel like you need to be honest with yourself. I want everyone to come back, being super Black pride and, coming with, a lot of my ideas and my fire and my passion. But, if you want to come out like that, then I need to get a cloning machine. that's not going to come through. And that's honestly unrealistic for me. I really want people to come out growing and just with a different way of thinking. If I can provide people a different way of thinking, a different perspective, even just someone else's eyes, then I've done my job. Even if I don't change your mind, I'm not going to change anyone's mind. I don't think my words are, bond, and no one's words should be. But if I can give you just a second, a split second, a millisecond of, I never thought about it like that, or, man, that's something that I can, feed my brain and, to, provide or alter my perspective in future endeavors. That's what the point is.
What does BSU need more of?
We need more money. I made that joke in this first one. But seriously, we do need funding, but I feel like we just need to perfect this blueprint. At the end of the day, it's been a trial by fire effort. not just us, but this entire world has been facing a pandemic from which the likes we've never seen. God, I feel like that was a movie line. And it's been just learning. I'm still a kid. I'm only 23. I just turned 23 this past January, not to date this interview. But yeah, so I'm learning. I'm learning the tricks of the trade. I'm learning how to be a better leader, as well as how to lead a team, and also what that means for keeping things simple, cutthroat. And so BSU just needs to learn to keep it simple. My favorite chemistry teacher would always tell me when I would overthink is KISS, keep it simple, and I found that that's so valuable in so many walks of life. And I tried to be so ambitious in previous times with this club, and I feel like that has been our detriment. So now we're just trying to perfect a simple blueprint, understand that having an agenda is the point, and that we need to move as a team. So I am my organization is not me.
You mentioned COVID. How has that been affecting you guys?
It's been excuse my language, but it's been a show. With the, like I said, trial by fire, it's so, it's difficult to get people together when you can't get next to someone in the literal physical sense. So it was really just keeping people's spirits up. And at that point, I don't know what's going on. It's a big question mark for everyone on their entire life, if not their entire existence. So we were all going through a lot. So I'm getting caught up, but I'm trying to really put into words with, I just wanted to keep everything's afloat. And so that caused a lot of things to be put on the back burner, and some of BSU's more ambitious goals and more theatrical performances I wanted to put on had to be put on the back burner for just protecting people's mental health. And that was what the pandemic did for us. It put everything in perspective for us, and also made it more clear what we need to focus on in the future.
Keeping things afloat, what can people expect in the future in terms of events? I know you've just had several events.
We're done keeping it afloat now. Now we're sailing, so it's been a wonder, man. As much as the pandemic was unprecedented, and I would never select it if I could avoid it, I'm happy it happened. I'm happy it happened after getting through it, for as much as you can be optimistic in a situation, I should say. So with it, now that we're sailing, now that we've done the fires and we've seen, what didn't work, that's the best thing that can come out of failure, is although you didn't succeed, you can see what didn't work. You can see what you threw at the wall and didn't stick. So now we know it does. And we've been able to put our hats and hang our hats on what does stick, what does work for us, what does work for me as a leader, what does work for my organization as a team, what works for, the management around us. At the end of the day, this isn't a sports team, but student activities is the management around us. It helps us run as we need to as an oil machine. It helps me be a great leader. And we're all learning to work in tandem. We're learning how that machine needs to work, how the processes and the channels need to go through for us to sail progressively, not only to further this school, this college, but further the message I want to put out there, the agenda I want to push for the better of this organization.
It sounds like you've definitely been around the block once or twice.
I've had to, you have to be ambitious, you have to be, but with that ambition, you have to learn to calm it down at times and when not to put all pedal to the metal. So
Sure. So what else have you learned from your time here?
How to deal with frustration. I think if I could give any advice to any other person wanting to be a leader in any facet of life, not maybe necessarily a club leader, but if you're going to a management position where you're going to be over a team, you have to learn how to deal with your own shortcomings, because you're going to fail a lot, you're going to stumble a lot, and I want anyone going into that position to learn how to deal with that. The biggest thing is not how to learn to be successful, but how to learn to deal with those losses and have to turn them into success. I should take that back. You have to learn to be a good winner too. Don't be a sore winner. No one loves that guy. No one loves Bill, or Tom if you know football. No one loves a Tom, for long. But seriously, it's times where you're gonna dishearten and you're gonna want to I call it the Spider-Man effect. if you're a nerd, there's times where Spider-Man quit. He didn't want to do it anymore. You feel like you're not getting enough support. You feel like you're not, getting what you need from your team or from yourself. You're not able to, wake up and clock in and do the work you need to for your organization. However, what you need to harbor in you is that how to be a better delegator, how to outsource, how to better do your job and make it work for you. It doesn't need to all happen at once. It needs to happen. It doesn't need to all happen at once. It needs to happen. So with that, if you need to take your time, if you need to put stuff on the back burner, if you need to protect yourself and push stuff back, that's fine. Everyone wants you to succeed, even you. So put yourself in position to do that as best you can. Know yourself. You're going to be weak at times. There are going to be weaknesses. And the best thing you can do as a leader is to not do your best to what I would do and to get rid of those weaknesses, but learn what they are, study them, and learn to work around them. And then you'll be better than the state of denial of, I'm going to power through. No one's that much of the main character as they think they are, and that's what you always need to sit with. My favorite quote ever that I saw in an article was, every ambitious person on this earth that went to climb Mount Everest didn't always come back. So take that what you will. And that's not to make light of any of the lives lost on such a journey, but sometimes you need to scale it back because you'll burn out. And the most valuable place on earth is the graveyard, and I don't want to add to that allotment. I want to make sure my value is out here on earth, and as well as for every other leader that's going to come after me here, and every other leader that's coming in any position they're going to be in. Leadership is something that's not meant for everybody, but for those of us that have the pleasure, that have what is the word I'm looking for? The privilege of such a role. We got to do it well, and I want us to all do it well. We need to work together, learn from each other, learn from ourselves, and just continue to be great. That's the point of BSU, and that's the point of any successful organization. And that's the goal, for me to learn and take what I'm learning here and my passions here to eventually take it somewhere else. I'm not going to be here forever, and no one should want to be in the same leadership position forever. You should want to continue to grow and pass it on to the next person that's ready. But right now, BSU is doing great. If I can promote really fast and plug some stuff, Black History Month's coming up. We have certain events. Our next event is going to be a get-together. It's going to be in the Higher Waterman area of the Vista Tech Center. We're going to be having a classroom. I'm going to call it a classroom corral, more so for us to get back in sync. We had a very positive, serious event last time. This one is going to be for more of the students, more for people that just want to mingle and be around culture, be around the Black culture, educate themselves on it, and have a good time with it. So we can feel like kids again, even if it's only for an hour and a half in a community college. Let's make something happen, and just appreciate each other's time, network type stuff.
Absolutely. DeSean, you're always great to work with.
I appreciate that, man.
Anything that I haven't asked you that you'd like to say? Any social media? Do you want to shout?
Oh yes, BSU. Our Telegram stuff is I'm gonna be in the works with Todd soon to get Black Student Union's Instagram and hopefully a Twitter account running very soon. I love talking trash on Twitter and getting involved in topics. I love getting into debate and arguing as much as I try to be the sweet little 5'7" man I am. I love getting at people's necks. So if we can take the fight there and get more vocal and get more buoyant, there are so many talented people a part of this organization, and that's really what this is for as well. As much as I want to give myself a platform and a stage to speak on issues, I more so want to give everyone else around me. So I want people to expect stuff from my org members, amazing photographer, my friend Marcus, our org member Caleb has a podcast. He's going to be coming up as well, dealing with sports and sports management. There's a lot of stuff coming in the pipeline, not just of me, but a lot of people around me. Catrice, thank you so much for your help. Miss Joy, thank you so much for your help. Ben, thank you so much for giving me your time. There's a lovely man who no longer has a beautiful mustache behind the camera, but he's phenomenal as well. Excuse my language. Todd, like I say, as much as we go back and forth, thank you for giving me an office and the opportunity to do what I do. So no, man, but thank you so much for your time, dude.
Anytime. That was our interview with DeSean. Thanks for watching. Remember to stay connected with all of our socials and our website at schoolcraftconnection.com.